Jameis, talk about your growth from last year to this year. In preparation, you've had a lot of experience coming into the second time. What does it feel like, and what have you grown? Talk about your growth factor.
Well, I think last year I was blessed to have older receivers and older personnel around me. But this year, being able to actually put time and work with the young guys, and I was actually teaching them, then the other guys asking me to, work for them, so making those young guys play up to the level that they're capable of, or even better, was a very important thing to me this year.
So you would say leadership is a big factor as far as your development, would you say?
No, I feel like I lead by example, and that's how I was able to get the respect from the older guys last year. But actually getting people to play to my level this year was a big thing, because young guys, just coming in, they're not used to being in the big show. You got to get those guys up to the level as everyone else.
Do you think they're ready now that you've gotten them ready?
I believe they're ready. I believe they've proven that they are talented, and can do good things. But I think this break from the ACC championship to now has been a huge time for them to develop.
Jameis, how much of a relief is it that the hearing's behind you and now you can just focus on football only and not?
Well, I've always been focusing on football only. I was never worried about that. And football has always been my main. Football and academics has always been my main focus. I never was distracted by that.
But how much of a relief is all that?
I never was distracted by that.
Does it feel strange that this would not be the final game, that here you are in the Rose Bowl and there's another game to play, hopefully for Florida State?
The more football, that's the more chances we get to go out there and play and have fun. So I love that we playing extra games, because I love this game of football.
Jameis, what do you love about critical downs and distances, man?
You gotta love critical downs and distances. I mean, third and shorts and third and longs. Third downs and red zone offense is the most critical part of the game. So if you can excel in those aspects of the football game, you most likely going to become successful.
A lot of times teams break down the last 3 or 4 games. For you as a QB, have you watched every snap of Oregon's defense?
You have to, just because you got to try to find a weakness in there somewhere, and you got to find basically things that their defense does over and over and over again. And if you can find consistencies or inconsistencies in coverages, you can be able to break it down easier, and you can be able to get your pre-snap reads in order and be able to make great plays and great decisions.
Is your game grown in terms of anticipating where guys are lining up, what defense is coming, how they're rotating, where the slant's coming from, etc. the last 2 years?
Yeah, I think anticipation is probably a big thing in my game. That's why I say I got to get the young guys going and get the trust factor between those guys, because if I expect you to be in a certain place at a certain time, you never know what the defense is going to throw at you. If you get a blitz or something to get me off balance, I got to know that guy's going to be there at that specific moment, so I know how many seconds I have to get the ball out of my hand.
And lastly, Oregon, everybody knows them about their uniforms, the brand that they have. What's it been like watching them from the East Coast the last couple of years, even when you were in high school, as they grew and all of a sudden their swag kind of developed?
Well, the past couple of years, everyone wanted to go to Oregon because of the uniforms, and I think that's the reason why they have such tremendous players, because all the great guys want to go to Oregon because of their uniforms. But, one thing about East Coast football and West Coast football, at the end of the day, it's all football, and even though they're flashy and they're athletic and they're huge, East Coast know them as the hit them in the mouth, hard-nosed guys. But at the end of the day, it's football, and we all out there having fun and playing.
If this comes down to a 2-minute drill at the end, how comfortable are you going to be in the Rose Bowl?
I'm very confident in that aspect. We're playing for it.
Is it cool, though, to play a team that you haven't seen, you haven't faced before, ACC, Oregon out here in the Pac-12, but is it a pretty cool thing to be able to face a team like that?
Yeah, I mean, it is, but it's a football game, so it's still the same competition, it's still going to be the same amount of minutes up there, you're still going to have the same down and distances, so it's still going to be the same game, but they're different in styles. They might have, it's going to probably be the first time we face a defense like Oregon's, because obviously they have to defend more different styles of offense, and we got a lot of different styles of offense in the ACC, so it's going to be a fun game.
Did you get a chance to talk to Marcus, and what was that conversation like if you had a chance to speak to him?
It was just a meet and greet yesterday. I told him congratulations on winning the Heisman, and he said you too. You know, so it was just laughs and giggles. So it wasn't that an in-depth conversation about the football game.
Did you vote for him for the Heisman?
I can't share my votes.
How much did winning the Heisman, do you think, kind of put a spotlight on you?
I think just winning in general kind of put a spotlight on us at Florida State. But, I guess it comes with the territory, but winning the Heisman is such an amazing thing. And I just thank God every day for that, for my family, for me to be able to say I won that trophy.
And how do you feel sort of about what the public perception is?
Well, perception is reality today. So my only thing today is to prove that I'm a good guy. So I gotta show more of my actions and not about the past or anything, because I can't worry about the past. I can't worry about the future, but I gotta be where my feet are and keep working every day to become a better person, and a better football player, and a better teammate for my teammates.
Last question. How do you do that? How do you show you're a good guy?
Well, in our locker room, I'm a fun-loving guy. And people always can bring up old things, but now, I'm just doing what I do. I'm playing a game that I love, and I'm a loving person. I'm loving my teammates. I'm dependable. I'm accountable for my teammates. I can't really show out to the world that I'm that guy because I'm not in the locker room, and a lot of people don't know me for who I am. Like I said, perception is reality, but perceptions can also be false also.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
So, like I always say, I think it's going to be a great battle between the two teams, because as me, I don't think we'll be where we are without our team, and it's going to be a great game, and it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get a chance to see a guy as efficient, as talented as he is on the field. Come out as arrogant, but we don't discriminate, honestly. So even if he was on the field, we was going to be looking forward to playing him. It's going to be a football game. Things happen in football games, things happen in football practice. But like I said, it's a team thing. It's not just attacking one player or, picking on somebody. We see some matchups, because I believe we got the best wide receiver in the country, and Rashad Green, and the best tight end, and Nick O'Leary. And I believe our other guys are pretty good too. So we don't fear nobody. Richard Sherman wanted to get out there and line up against us. We wouldn't throw away from him either.